have something. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't put the presentation mode so I can see the slides, and please forgive me. I'm Pekka Ouli. I'm an e-learning specialist, and I work in a place called Poke. And English-speaking people always think like poke. That it doesn't mean poking, but it means in Finnish language Pohjoisen Keski-Suomen oppimiskeskus. And we are, as you see in this picture, we are located up in the north in Finland. And so it's a quite long trip from India to Finland, but I have been in India twice, attending some event. And actually you see our students in this picture. Our students are from 16 to 60. So we educate a broad level of students. And in Finnish schooling system, also adults are educated. So we have K-12 before our school level, but after that, our school is like end part of the K-12. Like last 2 years in your system. And we have high school, and at the same time we have vocational education. So we have academic path and we have a very practical path. And after these two, people can go to a polytechnic school or university if they want, or they can go to work. And one thing I have to ask for sharing in Zoom, should I change, if I want to share something with voice, should I choose a...
Yes, actually, my students would like to interact with you right away from here. So that you can share any slides related to their answers. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to invite one of my students to interact with you. Jessica, would you like to start first?
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is Jessica. I am an 8th grader from ZPHS School, Alavara. I am so glad to interact with you. Namaste from India. I would like to ask you a question. Can I ask, sir?
Please.
What sets Finnish teachers apart?
Finnish teachers apart. Okay. I think if I put here one thing, how I answer this, we have all our schools are public schools. And here in these pictures, you are seeing public schools in here. This is a kindergarten, and this is primary school. This is vocational school. So the idea that somebody pays for the education is, we don't understand that kind of question. So every school is public school. And I think your questions, what sets Finnish teachers apart? All the teachers are, because it's government schools, they are highly educated. Usually they have master's degrees, and people apply to university or polytechnic school to learn to be a teacher. So every teacher is educated. And one thing is that our educators, because they are trained, they have freedom and autonomy how to deploy the requirements from the government. At our school, I have also possibility to write my little part of my own curriculum that I find needed with local companies. So we get funding even with writing at our own curriculums. So a lot of trusts for the educators. And because most of the educators are educated in university, education research has been used to train these educators. And we have continuous professional development. All the educators can train themselves, and the training for educator is free. We yesterday discussed this with my friends, and in most of the cases, it's even so that the educators are paid for training themselves. And I think in Finland, the respect and trust for the educators is quite high. So they have permission to do how they find it possible. So I have learned that in different countries, government brings lesson plans that teachers must do. We don't have that kind of lesson plans. The teachers are so trained that they just need goals, and then they decide what kind of books, what kind of lessons they are doing. And I hope this answers your question.
Thank you so much, Poke, for your comprehensive explanation regarding this question. Regard to this question, I have a few supplementary questions. So,
Okay.
as I have told you that in India, we have a lot of respect for your education system, because each and every state in India likes to take Finland as their role model when it comes to education reforms.
Really?
So if you want to reform, yes, if we want to do any reforms in our education sector, we would like to take Finland as an example to bring about any reforms. So that much respect we have towards your education system. So I personally observed a few things. Regarding those few things, I would like to ask you. You have just mentioned that Finland schools are public schools mostly, and the students age between 16 to 60.
Yeah.
So that's quite surprising for me. So in the normal composition of the classroom, how many students are between 16 to 20? How many students are from 16 to 60? Is it
I think
50-50?
I understand. At K-12 schools, everybody is under that. But in vocational school where we are, it's something like 50-50. So half of the persons are from the work life, and half the persons are younger students. And we have designed the learning environment so that these both can exist.
Oh. So another interesting factor that actually prompted me to ask this, you have just mentioned that most of the teachers in Finland are highly respected, and they want to train themselves. They want to update their knowledge on their own, that too paying from their own pockets. So that is quite surprising for me. But in India, the central government as well as the regional government, it spends a lot of money for the training sessions to make the teachers update their knowledge in their professional subjects. But in your country, it looks like it's different. That means you have just told that the teachers have to spend their own money to?
No.
Yes. No.
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 I tried to tell that all the trainings when you're at the work, they are free, or school pays it. And even the time they are spending learning, if they need to be there, they are short courses, usually school pays it. But if they are online courses, it's a bit different. So, but a lot of teachers at our school, they are pursuing at university higher level education.
Okay, I understood now. So I understood now. And before I let one of my students to interact with you, here is one question that I would like to ask you. After having gone through so many important and very interesting factors of your education system focuses on individualized learning. So what is individualized learning? Your students are stress-free. They don't have any burden of homework, and they get admitted in the schools at the age of 7 or maybe 8 years old. They don't have any stress. They don't have any spirit of competitiveness. So what is individualized learning? I would like to know from you.
I didn't quite catch the word.
Oh, yes, that is what we call it, individual learning. I mean, the student
Individual
has
learning.
Yes.
Okay, if we are thinking individual learning, in a K-12 school, we are providing hobbies for the students, like after school activities, and they can choose what they want to learn. And actually in school curriculum, some of the languages and subjects are individual learning. So basically in Finland, we are bilingual, Finnish and Swedish. Learning English is mandatory. So basically all the Finnish people speak Finnish, Swedish and English. And if people want to learn French, German, Russia, China, if their school provides these courses, they can choose it. And I think in many schools there they can choose also like music or sports. And actually in our vocational education, people can come to school and just do little part of the curriculum. They don't have to have a whole degree. They just pick like I want these 6 weeks and I come to learn, and maybe after 2 years I come to learn this one. So and actually in Finnish schooling system, everybody must go to the school until age 18. It's mandatory. You cannot negotiate. You have to study.
Okay. Thank you so much. Here is another student, Farhat. Okay. Farhat.
Yes, sir. Hi, sir.
Hi.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is Farhat Absum. I am studying 7th grader from JPH School, Ailavaram. Now I would like to ask a question. Can I ask, sir?
Yeah, please.
What is the role of AI in Finnish education system?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. What is the role of the AI? And I think we use AI in a lot of things. And if we are thinking personalized learning with AI technology, I can show you one example. I have to stop this presentation. Can you see SharePoint? Okay. And this is one example how we are using AI. I think you can understand this too. Did I get it right?
Yes, yes, it's my regional language.
Thank you. And let's hear.
కృత్రిమ మేధస్సు ఆన్లైన్ పాఠానికి ఉదాహరణ కోర్సు కంటెంట్ ఈ పాఠం విద్యలో కృత్రిమ మేధస్సు AI యొక్క సామర్థ్యాన్ని అన్వేషిస్తుంది ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్
Okay, so this is personalized learning, and I asked you what kind of what language you are speaking there, and I asked it that so that because we have students from different cultures, and I think we need personalize, for example, language to our students. We have a lot of Ukrainian people, and we are using AI to transfer our learning materials to Ukrainian language. You can actually hear, and I hope you heard the AI speaking to you. Yes. So also to get accessibility. AI assistance for special education needs. Maybe students are not so good reading, but they are good hearing. You have a possibility to read and listen to education material in your own language. So we are thinking a lot about accessibility. And we are also doing learning analytics. I cannot show you the results now, but support for multilingual students. And we are also aiming for personalized learning paths, and we are planning to do like AI assistants. And it's actually so that you have a similar experience like we are doing now, and you are discussing with the AI, and AI is telling you. Hope this answers your question.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Nitvika, over to you.
Sorry?
I am calling one of my students.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Hello?
How are you, sir?
Good. Enjoying my morning coffee.
Yes, sir. My name is Nitvika. I am a 7th grader from GPHS School, Ayavaram. I am so glad to interact with you. Today, my question is, how do you train teachers in your country?
Can you repeat
How do you train teachers in your country?
Okay, thank you. I think about teacher training. The master's degree is required for all teachers. And actually in our school, many educators are engineers and they are educators. So here at the end, like multidisciplinary competence, depending from the area, people have education to be an educator, and then some other area. And as I told before, because they are educators are educated in university, there are a lot of research and doctor programs and stuff like that to teach these educators. But after the university, we are also doing collaboration with schools. We have like government funded programs where we are developing like new ways to work. So we have this government before going to work. But after that, like you were asking, there are a lot of programs how to develop our teachers and principals and working staff. Hope this answers your question.
Thank you so much. Padmaja, over to you.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Good morning. My name is Padmaja. I am a 7th grader from Jilla Parishad School, Ailavaram. Now, I would like to ask you a question. Can I ask, sir?
Okay, please.
What are the results of Finland's education system?
Okay, what are the results of the Finnish education system? Quite a big question. And I wanted to show some results, and you can actually see these statistics from the web. And these are not just like things I've been making on my own, but they have been researched among other nations. And I think this is from 2019. Finland is the safest country in the world. I think it's a very important because when you are educating people to be responsible and to part of the culture, the result, people understand many people. I don't say there are no fights or arguing in Finland, there are, but if you are getting in an accident, everybody is responsible to take care of that person. So if you are driving a bicycle and flipping over, instantly somebody is going to ask you what is happening and should I call ambulance or and this is one thing people are constantly asking. Finland is the happiest country of the world, and it doesn't mean like people are telling jokes and we are all the time getting that kind of thing, but how they relate to living. I think this, how I wanted to answer your questions, like it's equity and equality among students and schools, but it's also equality in whole society. And I think one outcome, the air of the Finland is the cleanest in the world in general. And we are as we are doing a lot of sustainable development trainings and stuff like that, people, even at the companies, they want to provide clean nature for everyone. So as I told, we are teaching all ages. We try to do it with the schooling system that everybody is capable to provide good nation, good living for everyone. And I think equality, like here, Finland is the third gender equal country in the world. And I think it's also in the school. We don't have girls' schools, we don't have boys' schools, everybody goes there. Young people, old people, they go to in our school, same school. And I think one thing we have been able to do still, we have quite small classes. I think the absolute maximum for class size is something like 28 in primary school. 20 students and vocational education school. We have some situations, we have bigger classes, but as a result of that, we have been doing quite well at PISA assessments. People don't actually don't want to compete. We have our own values, but as a result, we are getting quite good results. I hope this answers your question.
Thanks, Emilian. Two students actually, they opted two questions.
Yeah.
It looks like they haven't made to the classroom. So on
Okay.
behalf of those students, I would like to ask those questions. The question is, do Finnish students take standardized tests?
Yes, standard tests in Finland. Okay, one minute. I will just. I had to change the place. Standard tests. It's very limited. Formative assessments by the teachers during the instructions, they are done all the time, but they are decided by the teacher. And at the end of the year, summative assessments are used, but they are not government tests. So it's same in the K-12 schools, in vocational education and universities. The schools and the teachers decide what kind of test they are doing. And basically, at upper secondary education in the high school, there's a national test. But that is all. And I think like international assessment like PISA, we are attending them. But we had it before. We had standardized tests, but we found out that it's very slow way to evaluate. And instead of that, we have a strong belief in individual learning, and the educators are capable making tests themselves that measure skills of the students. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you. Here is another question. What is the secret behind Finland in success in international assessments?
Okay, thank you. I think it's really this freedom and autonomy, how people are able to do these kind of things. And one thing is, like you were asking about how student can choose something. And I think even learning methods, we are trying to implement them so it fits for the students. So one good example is the AI I was showing to you. If the student has some learning problems with the language, we are trying to bring the material maybe in Telugu language, and also I think reasonable school hours and homework load. We believe that people learn by their hobbies at free time. You cannot push too much. I think enough is enough. I have learned in many countries when there's a lot of competition, people are spending school hours and after school activities and doing things in the vacation. I think that they are just pushing too hard. And I think work smarter, not harder. And I think the most I put it here, free education accessible to all. And that is maybe in the statistical point that up to year 18, everybody must go to school. So basically everybody can read and write. Everybody can speak Finnish, Swedish, English. Everybody can do maths. So I think it's the equality is the big key success in PISA assessments. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you so much, Poke. And if you don't mind, could you please stop sharing so that I have a few questions, set up questions, so that I can ask before we end. Okay, thank you so much for giving us a great analysis regarding these 6 questions. That too with the PowerPoint presentation. I am so thankful to you for that. So I have a few set of questions. Teachers in Finland are treated on par the engineers, doctors, and many other professionals in Finland. That's what I read about the teachers' position in Finland. And regarding that, how teachers are paid in Finland and how their pensionary benefits after retirement. What is the age of retirement in Finland?
I think the age of the retirement is rising because people are living longer. My mother, she's 87-year old, and she lives in a house without elevators or something, like walks in the stores and like. So she's in a quite good shape. And I think for me, my retirement age is like 70. And the benefits for educating, how we are paying for the educators. I have my own house. I have my summer house. I have a car. I go to the vacations. I have 2 daughters, and I think you get quite good living with salary. And I think for your perspective, Finland is a very expensive country, but you get good living and quite long vacations when you are educator. At our schools, educators are working 190 days a year, so a lot of free time. And I think if you are evaluating like educator and some people at the business, educators are getting more free time than the money. But I think if you ask from the teachers, they always use more money, but I think it's quite well paid.
Yes, thank you so much. And the trend in India, especially in my region, if you are a teacher, you would like to choose another teacher as your life partner. So in order to lead the life in a comfortable way, so those teachers, if they once absorbed into the public sector, they would like to select another teacher as their life partner. Because yes, both the teachers can lead a good, comfortable life. That is the trend here. So how about in Finland? Is it the same situation scenario?
Is a teacher.
Yes. So how about any other benefits that the teachers get after retirement, or maybe?
At this moment, I don't get any things, but I think it's there's a lot of freedom, like what you are doing, and actually you can choose the workload. You can teach more and you can teach less. So if you want more money, you can do more hours. And some teachers are able to choose the areas what they want to educate. And the distances here, for example, when we go to the school, it's 2 kilometers. If I drive there by the car, it's 10 minutes maximum. And so I think it's quite okay profession.
Yes, thank you. And another interesting feature of your education system is students spend at school only 4 hours. That's what I read. I don't know about the reality. So the students spend only 4 hours in their school time. Is it true?
It depends from the grade. I think in our school, the weekly time is something like 30, but it doesn't mean they are not learning. And so the very young students for the primary school, I think the 4 hours is a quite good amount that they are spending. Then they go to practice their hobbies and other interests.
So what I studied your education system is every Finnish citizen wants to do something in his life, whether it is depending on his interest. If he wants to become an engineer, he tries the same career right from his schooling. So everybody has their own professional knowledge and they have their own aims in their life right from the schooling. Is it because of vocational schools that are placed in your country, or is there any other reason? In India, if you are a student and the student has to have a goal right from the schooling, but we don't have many vocational schools.
I understand.
So everybody wants to become an engineer, doctor, and some other professionals. They don't have that much goal in their life because lack of inaccessibility of vocational schools. So, how about the system in your country?
Actually, during their life, they can change the professions and go back to the school. So if it's not for you or that kind of work is not needed anymore, people go like in a loop. So we believe in lifelong learning. And for example, in year 2000, there was a lot of electronic companies, but that area faded away. People were training some new professions. And I think when the AI and other technologies come, people need to come back to school to learn. And that's, I was trying to say that we need to teach everyone in the society, not just like they go to school and they do live their life. They go to school, they live their life, they go to school, they live their life. And lifelong learning is much important because we need skills like coding and automation and robotics. And I think Indians' biggest problem is you have so many people that all the time new people with new skills come to the market. We have a different problem. We have so few people that we need to train all the people that we have. We cannot lose anyone. So I think it's a different way to see these things. But I think India also could benefit something like that. You are constantly training people to get better and better. And the outcome for this is like you can see from the research, more you have educated, more you get paid, and more your area benefits. People have better houses, better cars. They have ability to have hobbies they want and stuff like that. So I think education brings income.
Yeah. So, Pok, actually, what I'm saying, if I am a Finnish teacher working in a school, if I want to learn AI technology in a vocational school, so shall I join the vocational school besides continuing my professional career?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Absolutely. And it's we are trying to promote like learning without time restriction and place restrictions. Learn everywhere, anytime. So we are trying to promote like online courses and stuff like that for people working, because they cannot leave their job. They have to do that, but somehow they are joining these things. Maybe a couple of days, like intensive workshops or something like that, and a lot of theories. Like I was showing you that this course, it was actual AI course for the educators.
Yes, thank you. So you have been, your country's education system is special, so special and unique across the globe. So after coming to India, you must have visited one or two education institutions, so to give the seminars and workshops. So have you noticed our Indian education system?
I think my colleagues were there, and they were really liking how well Indian students are listening to educators. I think Finnish people tend to, because there's a lot of it's not so formal. The educators from Finland were telling that they are liking this formal thing, that if Indian educator that's like this, everybody is like, okay, what is happening? And but I think that in Finnish system we expect students take a lot of responsibility. I think in India, Indian students are requiring that the educator all the time tells what to do. But I think in work life, we need people that are capable thinking. But I think it comes from the society. You have so many people that you cannot do similar like a Finland. If all the Indian people are doing what they want, it will be a chaos.
Absolutely, I absolutely agree with you. So before we end this session, I think I have quick two questions more.
Okay.
So in Finland, the students join.
The connection was bad. I missed it.
No. Actually, I have a problem from here. So in Finland, students get admitted at the age of 7 years and 8 years. So after getting admission in schools after the 7 years, so what do they learn at schools? What do they learn? What kind of basics do they learn after getting admission in schools?
I think reading, maths, basically communication and group activity skills. I think these are the basic blocks for learning. So you need to know how to express yourself to the teacher, to the others, and that is the first part they are really focusing. Not like memorizing too much things. It's all they are doing a bit by bit there, but even in kindergarten, we were doing like AI stuff there with our students, and the first years they are really focusing for the language, because the language is the most important skill you can have. If you don't have the language skills, the other people don't understand you. So
Yes.
they are writing stories, reading books, all kind of that kind of things.
Okay. So here is my last question. Teachers in Finland, they need not prepare any. They need not follow any lesson plans, as you have mentioned that.
Yeah.
So they can choose their own lesson plans. They can just choose their own curriculums, and they can choose their own way of teaching. So do you have the monetary system? So that me, for instance, I am a teacher working in your institution. As a head teacher, do you monitor my education teaching, my way of teaching? coming to my classroom? And do you inquire about my way of teaching from the students and how well I am teaching in the classroom? So is there any monitoring system in your country? And how the teachers are assessed based on their performance in the classroom or based on the students' marks?
Uh, um, I think that we look differently. We evaluate, for example, in our schools, how our students are getting work. We are performing really well. Almost instantly, 70% of our students are getting works. And not individual teachers are not monitored. They results are monitored, and we have feedback system from the students, and I think we are looking like a 1 year, 2 year terms how people perform, because we don't hire unmotivated people, so we only hire motivated people, so we don't have like little problems. We don't focus on details. We focus in the big picture. Maybe some lessons go bad. Next year, they are performing better because the teacher want. And I learned that in many countries, people are really like, principals are looking at the teachers. Our principal said, I don't have the time. I have other tasks than monitor the teachers. And actually, it's the same with the students. Like many times, we give time for the students to catch up, and we are not scoring, and the scoring comes in many years systems. And I think for example, in our school, during the learning, maybe first year is just like pass, no pass grading. And I think it's same with the students. It's like a pass, please continue your teaching, and no grading. But it doesn't tell that we are not interested about. We have just strong belief in people that they want to do their best. And when you are giving trust, they really want to do their best.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Carry on.
Yes, I have to go to my workplace in the...
Yes. So thank you so much. And I think I have one more question actually. If you don't mind, may I ask that question?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So in India, we have a system where the students have to score minimum marks to pass from one class to another class.
Yeah.
So it creates a lot of stress on the young minds. The students undergo a lot of stress, and the age group between the 16 to 18, 19, and so many suicidal tendencies developing in their young minds. Some students, they end their life unable to get the pressure from the academics, and as well as the teachers and from the parents. So in this context, I think we don't have any such pressures from the students. So how do the teachers deal with the students? Because in the classroom, we have different kinds of attitudes. Some students are able to do it very quickly. Some students may not do it as per our expectation. So how do you deal with the different students with different abilities in the classroom?
At our school, when I was teacher, our students were asking, Pekka, when I have to return these learning tasks, I told that I will be retiring in 30 years. Before that, like, I don't mind if you want to spend 30 years at the school. I'm not in a hurry because I'm retiring. And they were asking, really, what if I do these things quicker? You graduate quicker. And in our school, actually, when we are doing flexible learning system, our school is designed to that in 3 years you are getting a vacation. Many students are doing these things in 2 years. they want to overachieve. But if there's a learning problem, we say, don't worry, there's no rush. If you have problems, you take 4 years. But it's not something like that. It goes like this learning study. Sometimes you have problems. Sometimes you are quick. But if you are doing this kind of thing, usually people graduate more quickly. And actually, it does so that when we have a graduation in the spring, I think more than half of the students have graduated earlier. So to answer that kind of questions, if you give permission people to do learning at their own rhythm, they overperform. But this is not in a K-12, but this is in our vocational education. And we can talk about that kind of idea later, but I think it's quite interesting.
Yes. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm so thankful to you for sparing your very, very valuable time. So before we end this session, could you please give a small message to my students?
Have fun in your life and pursue your own goals. And if something fails, don't take it too seriously. If you don't fail, you have not tried. Thank you.